Open Flemish Liberals and Democrats, commonly known as Open Vld or simply as the VLD, is a liberal and conservative liberal Flemish political party in Belgium. The party was created in 1992 from the former Party for Freedom and Progress and politicians from other parties. The party led the government for 3 cabinets under Guy Verhofstadt from 1999 until March 2008. Open Vld most recently formed the federal government with N-VA, CD&amp and the Francophone Reformist Movement. In the Flemish Parliament, the VLD formed a coalition government with SP, a Spirit and Christian Democratic and Flemish from after the 2004 regional election until the 2009 regional election. Open Vld has been a member of the Letterme government formed on the 22nd of March 2008, the Van Rompuy government formed on the 2nd of January 2009, the Letterme II government formed on the 24th of November 2009 and the Di Rupo government formed on the 6th of December 2011. Ideologically, Open Vld started as an economically liberal, somewhat Thatcherite party under its founder, Guy Verhofstadt. The VLD rapidly became more centrist and gave up much of its free market approach, partly under the influence of Verhofstadt's political scientist brother Dirk Verhofstadt. Party chairman Bart Somers called in November 2006 for a revolution within the party, saying that a liberal party, like the VLD, can be only progressive and social. From 2000 to 2004, during the second period of its participation in the Belgian federal government and under Belgian Prime Minister Guy Verhofstadt, the VLD allegedly lost most of its ideological appeal. Several of its thinkers such as Boudewijn Bouquet, president of Nova Civitas, heavily criticized the party. Many others resented the priority it placed on the Belgian Compromise, which enabled the French Communities Socialist Party to gain a dominant position in the formulation of Belgian federal government policy. In 2004, the VLD teamed up with the minority Social Liberal Party Vivant for both the Flemish and European elections. VLD Vivant lost the elections to arch-rivals CD&amp and the Flemish Bloc. The VLD fell from second to third place among the Flemish political parties, slipping narrowly behind the SP. A spirit cartel, internal feuds, the support for electoral rights for immigrants and an unsuccessful economic policy were seen as the main reasons for its election defeat. On the 19th of June 2004, the VLD successfully negotiated a regional coalition government with CD&amp and the moderate nationalist New Flemish Alliance, and with the Social Democratic SP, a Spirit. In a federal cabinet reshuffle in July 2004, VLD chairman Karel de Gucht replaced Louis Michel as Minister for Foreign Affairs. Former Flemish Minister-President Bart Somers is the new party chairman. History. As such, the Liberal Party is the oldest political party of Belgium. In 1846, Walter Frere Orban succeeded in creating a political program which could unite several liberal groups into one party. Before 1960, the Liberal Party of Belgium was barely organized. The School Pact of 1958, as a result of which the most important argument for the traditional anti-clericalism was removed, gave the necessary impetus for a thorough renewal. During the Liberal Party Congress of 1961, the Liberal Party was reformed into the bilingual Party for Freedom and Progress, and Omar van Oudenhoven became the chairman of the new party. The new Liberal Party, which struggled with an anti-clerical image, opened its doors for believers, but wasn't too concerned about the situation of workers and primarily defended the interests of employers. It is a central principle of class classical liberalism that employers and employees do not have opposed long-term interests. In the late 1960s and the early 1970s, the tensions between the different communities in Belgium rose, and there were disagreements within the liberal movement as well. In 1972, the unitary PVV-PLP was split into a separate Flemish and a Francophone parties. On Flemish side, under the guidance of Frans Grootjans, Herman van der Poorten and Willy de Klerk, the PVV was created. On Walloon side, Milou Jernholm became the head of the PLP, and Brussels got its own but totally disintegrated Liberal Party landscape. Willy de Klerk became the first chairman of the Independent Party of Freedom and Progress. De Klerk, together with Frans Grootjans and Herman van der Poorten, set out the lines for the new party. This reform was coupled an ethical congress, on which the PVV adopted very progressive and tolerant stances regarding abortion, euthanasia, adultery, homosexuality and gender equality. In 1982, the 29-year-old reformer Guy Verhofstadt became the chairman of the party, and even was deputy prime minister and minister of budget from 1986 to 1988. Annemie Nates succeeded him as chairman, becoming the first female party chairman. In 1989, Verhofstadt once more became the chairman of the PVV, after his party had been condemned to the opposition by the Christian People's Party in 1987. In 1992, the PVV was reformed into the Flemish Liberals and Democrats under the impulse of Verhofstadt. Although the VLD was the successor of the PVV, many politicians with democratic nationalist to socialist roots joined the new party. Notable examples are Jacques Gabriels, then president of the Flemish People's Union, and Hugo Cavaliers. From the early 1990s, the VLD advanced in every election, only to get in government following the 1999 general election, when the VLD became the largest party. Guy Verhofstadt became Prime Minister and Patrick Juil became Minister-President of Flanders. They were both at the head of a coalition of Liberals, Social Democrats and Greens. 2007 elections. Before the 2007 general election, the VLD participated in a cartel with Vivon and Liberal Appeal. In February 2007, it decided to cease the cartel and start operating under the name Open Vld. In the 10th of June 2007 general elections, Open Vld won 18 out of 150 seats in the Chamber of Representatives and 5 out of 40 seats in the Senate. 2010 elections. In the 2010 general election, Open Vld won 13 out of 150 seats in the Chamber of Representatives. After the long government formation process, on the 6th of December 2011, the Di Rupo government was formed with Open Vld one of the 6 constituent parties. Europe. The party is fairly pro-European and holds 3 seats in the European Parliament, where it sits as a member of the Alliance of Liberals and Democrats for Europe group. Then current VLD Prime Minister Guy Verhofstadt was rejected as a candidate for the presidency of the European Commission in June 2004. Electoral results: Federal Parliament, Regional Parliaments, Brussels Parliament, Flemish Parliament, European Parliament representation. International. The party is a member of the Liberal International, which was co-chaired by Annemie Nates, member of Open Vld. Presidents: 1992 to 1995 Guy Verhofstadt, 1995 to 1997 Herman de Croo, 1997 to 1999 Guy Verhofstadt, 1999 to 2004 Karel de Gucht, 2004 Dirk Sturkeks, 2004 to 2009 Bart Summers, 2009 Guy Verhofstadt, 2009 to 2012 Alexander de Croo, 2012 Vincent van Quickenborn, 2012 Gwendoline Rutten, Notable members: Maggie de Block, Secretary of State for Asylum, Immigration and Social Integration; Fons Bourguignon, a former VLD floor leader in the Belgian Chamber of Representatives; Patricia Sassens, a former Flemish Minister of the Economy and former VLD floor leader in the Flemish Parliament; Karel de Gucht, former party leader and former Minister of Foreign Affairs; Patrick Juil, former Minister-President of Flanders and former Minister of Internal Affairs; Margriet Hermans, member of the Flemish Parliament and Senator; Marino Gulen, a former Flemish Minister of Integration; Fientje Mooiman, a former Vice Minister-President of Flanders; Anna Menaerts, former party leader, former chairwoman of the Liberal International and former party leader of the ELDR party; Carol Pommer, former minister and member of Parliament; Bart Summers, former Minister-President of Flanders and former party leader; Bart Tommelen, VLD floor leader in the Belgian Senate; Jeff Valkeniers, doctor and politician; Dirk van Mechelen, a former Flemish Minister of Finance and Budget and Town and Country Planning; Vincent van Quickenborne, former Minister of Economy, also responsible for the simplification of the administration; Guy van Hengel, Minister of Finance; Guy Verhofstadt, former party leader and former Prime Minister; Mark Verwiffen, former Minister of the Economy, Trade, Science and Energy. Notable former members: Boudewijn Bouquet, a former VLD board member who left the party subsequently to De Decker's exclusion, believing the party turned left liberal. He and De Decker are founders of a new political party, List De Decker, later renamed Libertarian, Direct, Democratic. Hugo Cavaliers left the VLD to found his own political party VLOTT. Jean-Marie De Decker was excluded from the VLD after several conflicts with the top of the party. He asked for an economic policy more in favor of free markets and limited government and believed that the party was too closely aligned with the socialists. He founded the List De Decker party, later Libertarian, Direct, Democratic. Leo Govaes left the VLD to found his own political party Veilig Blauw. Wouter Bassen left the VLD to found his own political party Liberal Appeal.